I know how dreadful the summer heat can be, but that wasn't something that was on my mind in my childhood. I was more focused on if we could fit 3 people on a bird scooter going down Tempe Town Lake, that's not dangerous. If we could make it back to our car after sunset because we'd spend too much time on the mountains, or let's see, third thing, the newest fast food place that would pop up in Queen Creek, Arizona. We didn't have a lot in the beginning. And my name is Toby. I've lived in Queen Creek, Arizona since I was 5 years old. Hopefully I can share a few facts about my favorite place in my hometown today to get you guys to know me better. I know we'll be spending the rest of a couple weeks together. So, the 3 places I'll be talking about today are Tempe Town Lake, Santan Mountain, and Queen Creek. So the first place that I'll be talking about that I spent the most time is Tempe Town Lake. As you can see right here, this is a part of the lake. The first place that I do want to talk about is the bridge right here with the pretty lights. The first time we went to Tempe Town Lake was when we were around 16 years old. We thought it'd be really cool to adventure out here. It's like a 30-minute drive, so not too far, not too close. We wanted to, push the limits of our license. We got new cars. We would record ourselves actually going down this bridge, just take a picture on Snap, like, woo, we have a car who wants to come out with us, and it's really memorable to us because it's kind of, a new feeling of adolescence. We got to experience a sense of freedom, so that's why that bridge is important to us. And then in the back, there's a mountain right there. That's really cool because it's a pretty easy hike. You can run up the mountain if you want. You can walk up the mountain. It takes maybe 15 minutes to climb up the mountain. It's called A Mountain because there's a big A on the mountain. It's not really unique, but something cool about the mountain is the Phoenix Sky Harbor is actually like a 10-minute drive. So if you're at the top, you can actually see the planes going right above you. It's really cool to see at sunset. We would just have talks with our friends at the top, see the planes go by, and you can see all of downtown Tempe from the top. That's for that one. And a cool fact about Tempe Town Lake is it actually opened up in 1999, and then ever since it opened, it's done more than $2 billion in economic impact for the city of Tempe. And then these are the bird scooters. I call them bird scooters. I don't know what you guys call them, e-bikes, e-scooters, but yeah, these are right here. I don't know if you can see how small they are. We tried fitting 3 people on them. Wasn't the best. 2 people you can get away with, but 3 isn't the smallest. And then the next place I want to talk about is Santan Mountain. Here's a map of the mountain right here, and then that's a picture of the mountain. Just looks like any other mountain. But yeah, some benefits of the mountain are we'd be able to get a workout, and then we can also debrief. At the end of the mountain, there is this really steep hill. We would try to sprint up to the top of the mountain. Once we got to the top, there's this little chair where we can sit at. Once we got to the top, we usually would spend 15 minutes in silence trying to get our breath back since we sprinted up the mountain. But once we got to the top of the mountain, it was really pretty. We could see the sunsets. We would spend hours up there just, talking, just getting through the week. It'd be something like a reward for us. And like I said, we would usually spend hours up there. It wasn't that smart because once sunset came around, we would have to run back to the car before, it was too dark. Sometimes we'd hear coyotes, but a couple times we did an impulse hike to the top. A couple of those times I was in slides, and running down the mountain in slides is not the best idea. A couple of rolled ankles happened. I didn't learn my lesson because I did it a couple times. But, yeah. The last place I want to talk about is a small town that I live in, Queen Creek, Arizona. First, let's talk about, let me change this. This is actually the marketplace. I don't know if you guys have been here before. I want to list the bad thing about Queen Creek before we get to the good thing. The bad thing about it growing is the traffic. The traffic is really, really bad. I don't know if you've been to Queen Creek Marketplace, but getting in and out is the hardest thing ever. Yeah, I live like 5 minutes across from my work. It takes me like 15 minutes to get home just because I don't live There's lights, U-turns I have to make, all of that. There's a train track. I was actually almost late to work today because I got stuck by the train. But yeah, beside the bad traffic, it was fun growing up because we would see the newest fast food place being built, and there's not much to do in Queen Creek. So we'd be excited when it opened. I remember the first place that opened was Cane's. We waited like an hour, 2 hours just to get a couple chicken tenders. So that was really memorable to me. And then, yeah, before there was nothing, the first thing I also remember being built is the Harkins Theater. So it was nice having a movie theater right there instead of having to drive to Singleton Village. And a cool thing, or a cool fact I have about Queen Creek is that the town boomed from 2,600 residents when it was incorporated in 1989 to more than 30,000 today. And then these are my sources for the facts I had. These are the links to the photos I had. And to wrap up, I spent most of my childhood and adolescence outdoors, enjoying the rays of sunshine, even though it is more than 110 degrees most of the time, as we know. In the West, I spent time at Tempe Town Lake, just riding down the bird scooters with my friends, and in the East Valley, I spent time at Santan Mountain and the Queen Creek Marketplace. And this is the blazing hot state that I like to call home.